I'm back. I don't know what happened there. You should be able to hear me clearer now. Hopefully, I pulled my headphones out of the computer and the live just stopped. So hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully everything's in sync. I should really go and then say some words and see if it's in sync. So, right, I'm back. I do apologise. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I pulled my headset out of the computer because you couldn't hear me properly, or it was out of sync, and all of a sudden the live just crashed. So that sucked. So I've restarted the live. I'm back. Don't worry. Okay. We're back in the room. So I just talking about dinner. I'll cut it together to put it onto YouTube. So I'm back. Right. What do you want to chat about? What do you want to chat about tonight? So I've just come off the back of a meeting, which was really productive. So really enjoyed that. Sometimes these business meetings come to something really great. Other times they don't. I don't know why it's not in sync. Should be. My internet's all good. I do apologise. Maybe that's Facebook. He applied to be a prison officer. Got through to the interview stages after 4 rounds. Oh, great! Well done, Laurie. I think you mentioned that on the live with Graham the other day with Officer G. I'm sure you said about that. But well done. Congratulations. And what a great job to do. I've never done it, so Morris and Officer G will be far better at commenting on it than me. I think it's a difficult job to do, as I understand, and certainly a difficult job to do in this day and age. But fair play, I think that's great. Your voice is after you move your mouth. Obviously, Laura, sound's got to come out of it. I know what you're saying. Apologies if the sync's not in. The mic's working, everything's there. It should be. That's going to be an internet thing, or it's going to be a Facebook thing. Technology, you can put a man on the moon, but you can't. You can put a man on the moon, but you can't lip sync. You can't sync up. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not going to stay on for too long tonight. Probably only 25 minutes, half an hour, slightly shorter tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you why. It's because I'm going to go get in the hot tub. So, the hot tub got delivered last Thursday, I think it was. Thursday. Yeah, it was last week. Got delivered during the day, filled up in the afternoon into the evening. Then obviously it had to warm up. So we were able to start using it last Friday. And I think every night apart from last night I've been in the hot tub. It's been lovely, absolutely lovely. So yeah, that's been really nice. I've been sleeping really well, which is great. I tend to sleep pretty well now anyway. But yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But also, I've had a long day. It's been a long one. A lot of different meetings this week and various different things. I wasn't expecting to be in on Saturday, but I will be in on Saturday now. So I'll be doing another 6-day week this week. So yeah, it's been a busy one. So just gonna take it easy and do my joint jolt and then jump in the hot tub and I don't know, listen to some music, read a book or something like that, and then get some sleep. I've got a long one tomorrow. Who's excited for tomorrow? I should talk about that actually very quickly. I'll get some plugs in. LSJ, the show, is coming tomorrow. Episode 1, the first ever episode of LSJ, the show, is coming tomorrow. So I'm just trying to grab the flies. Quite pumped for that. So yeah, we are going live tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. That is Lauren, Stacey and Joel, which is me. Going live, doing an hour-long show, our first one, and we will see what that brings in episode 1. So yeah, LSJ, the show, and yeah, looking forward to that. So that's on tomorrow. I think I've plugged that enough. God, it's like one of those tiny little fly things, like flies around. So yeah, is there anything before I crack on? I guess I'll probably talk a little bit about my week. Is there anything anybody would like to ask or Um, yeah, any curiosities out there, ping them up in the comments. I'll pick them up as we go through. Slightly different week this week. Obviously, production's in, but for me, we've got Lauren's team are by and large back now from holiday. Not all of them. Some are obviously furloughed. Some are flexi furlough and stuff like that. But yeah, by and large, I'm not on shift anymore for the production, so that's freed up my time. It means I'm not restricted anymore in quite the way I was. So that's allowed me to sort of concentrate on the project. So you may have seen on Sunday I had the council coming in to have a look at the site in terms of using it for homeless people to sleep over the winter months. So that's something I'm still exploring with them, and I think it's a really good thing to just be even looking at, even if it doesn't come off. It's a good thing to be looking to obviously do. Lots of empty spaces and obviously cold winters, COVID and such like that, so it'd be good if we could obviously make that work. So updates on that as it goes forwards. You may have seen again on social media, I think I put on Twitter and LinkedIn, that I put forward to the council about using the prison as a COVID testing and vaccination centre. I did the same thing down in Somerset as well for the jail down there. So yeah, so I did that, and they, I believe, are going to come and have a look at the site as well. So actually the council did contact me back. I had a phone call from the public health team and stuff like that, and they do want to come and have a look at it because they are going to need to ramp up. They don't know exactly how they're going to need to ramp up yet. I don't think that's been released from the government as yet, so they're looking at all options, which is really good, really positive and proactive of Shropshire Council to be taking that approach, and they're going to obviously have a look at the building because it's a vast building, and hopefully they'll be able to use it, and we'll be able to support the vaccination side or the testing side of coronavirus in Shropshire and Shrewsbury. So that would be really good. I'm just waiting now to see if Mendip and Somerset want to pick up a similar thing in Shepton. Shepton, funny enough, with a 4-storey workshop building, is prime location to be able to do something like that. I mean, it can just take thousands of people. So I'll have another conversation and see if that's going to come to any fruition. LSJ, somebody's just asked, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody asked, will be streaming on my channel and Lauren's channel and Stacey's channel. I think I'll probably stream on mine and then we'll share it over to the others because I don't have access to their channels to be able to share it. It's going to have swear words in it, like the words like shit and bugger and bollocks and fuck and stuff like that. So we can't put it onto the Shrewsbury channel. Plus, it's not a Shrewsbury prison show. If you're looking at it in terms of paranormals and stuff like that, it's not going to be like that. It's not like the lockdown shows we did previously. This is something completely new, completely different from what we've done in the past. I guess the similarities is it's still the three of us, still talking shit, just a little bit more structured. And not about ghosts. So if you're tuning in for the paranormal side, I'm afraid there won't be much of that. We'll have the lights on and we'll be in a room talking about various different bits and pieces. But it will be a good show nonetheless. Guarantee one thing, it will be entertaining as always. So that's enough about LSJ. We'll see that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Let's have a quick flick through. Cool, no questions. Right, well, I'll head off and I'll see you next week. No, so that's been that kind of what we've been doing there. Like I said, I just had a meeting about another business proposition, I should say, something that I've been thinking about for a little while, and just chatting to a couple of guys that are really good in their area, and just talking about how we could potentially do something together. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not going to say any more about that because there's not really a lot more to say. The incubation hub's moving along quite nicely. I've done a little bit more work on that this week, and again, as I'm starting to get to the end of the year, I'd always said the incubation hub would start in 2021, and it very much is on target for that. So yeah, and then just in terms of jails, it's obviously a mixture of what's going on in terms of different teams and different positions. Some people on furlough, some on flexi furlough, some still working, doing different stuff, getting the prisons up together. Production still very much operating at Shrewsbury. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to really. Trying to think of anything else that's happened this week. I think that's it. So oh, Jules, you got 10 days off. Nice. I'm supposed to be, what day is it? 12th. I'm supposed to be in Mexico still right now. So I'm actually not due to fly back from Mexico until Monday. So I'm in the rear end of my 2-week holiday, which I didn't get to take because obviously COVID. And actually, in fairness, we were supposed to be flying out still. We pulled the holiday ourselves. We rang the hotel and changed the dates to next November, cancelled the flights and everything, and rebooked those for next year. And then we found out, obviously, the lockdown happened, so the flights didn't go ahead anyway. So I was quite glad we did that ahead of time, because I think we got through it probably a little bit quicker. Morris talking about my profile piece. So yeah, so there was one of the local magazines in Shrewsbury called My Shrewsbury. See if I can find a Facebook page for it actually. Put up they did an article about the prison or about me and kind of what it takes to run the prison and stuff like that. I don't know if they have a virtual copy. I'll ping one up if I can. But it's a nice article. It's not page 3, it's page 7, as Morris says. But yeah, it's just all about the jail. Well, it's all about me running the jail, what that takes and stuff like that. So it's a good article. Let's see if there's a virtual copy. I don't know if they do have one actually. That's a shame. I was going to tag it. Sorry, I'm just looking for it very quickly. Nope. Afraid not. Can't share that one. Right, let's look at look. Go back to the hoodie. A lot of people have been asking about your prison, and I've told them to look on your website. Definitely, probably. Thanks, Laurie. We're selling lots of gift vouchers at the moment, actually. So yeah, gift vouchers. We've always had them on sale. We just scaled up how we're going to do them. Obviously, lockdown. Obviously, with Christmas. So yeah, we just made that decision really. Production is going to be in the prison all the way up until we reopen, funny enough. So I think they're due to finish end of November. And then they're finished just before we open back up on the 2nd. So we're just toying with opening, obviously, what the open dates are going to look like. So yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to our opening date. I think it's still a couple of weeks away, though, aren't we? Yeah. Actually, do you know what we haven't spoken about? Let's the elephant in the room, the giant orange elephant in the room, America and their elections. We've not talked about that, so we should probably touch on that one. Let's have a quick look. It shows a prison hoodie. Any more thoughts about Christmas fair? I'm not going to do a Christmas fair. I did think about it, but I'm not going to do it. With the potential of using some of the spaces for homeless, for sleeping, we're potentially using some of the spaces for COVID testing. And I think just the current position we're in, I don't think it would be responsible to be bringing thousands of people into one space, despite the fact that's exactly what you're going to do with a vaccine centre. I don't think it would be responsible to kind of do that. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. Maybe next year, we'll see. Will we get any sneaky pics of how they've changed the prison after they leave? Well, we'll certainly share some pictures once the production's finished of what the prison looks like if we reopen. But yeah, so that will obviously happen because we always share pictures of the jail anyway because we're wandering around it. America. Yeah, America. Wow, that was an interesting election. I took really close note of that. Obviously, as somebody that's going to run for Prime Minister in 14 years, I was very curious about what that was going to look like, and yeah, how it was going to go. And Trump just refusing to accept. I can see him barricading the doors of the White House as we speak. So yeah, so I don't know. So I'm just reading the comments. But yeah, I mean, you're okay. Excuse me, I wonder if everyone else is going to yawn now. So yeah, America. What what can you say? But you know, it's. I guess the thing is a split almost down the middle as well with the number wise. But I don't know if it's not spread. But yeah, do you know what? Funny enough, I'm going to say something about running for prime minister. It's funny talking about running for prime minister, talking about my goals. It's so interesting to me because people often laugh or don't take other people's goals seriously, especially big dreams. You know, they're kind of like, "Oh, you're never going to achieve that." And yesterday we had somebody in. It was an architect actually, so I was chatting to an architect about some of the plans we're having drawn up. And we're just talking about a few things. We're talking about where I lived, and we're talking about where he lived, and we're talking about houses, we're talking about architecture and stuff like that. And I was just saying, and Emma was with me, I was just saying about how you know, we wanted to get the house into a certain order, and we sort of, you know, we had this kind of thought process of how we live in it now, because obviously we've got 2 young children, and how we'll live in it in 5 years as they get older into their early teens. And then, you know, in 10 years' time, when, you know, Delaney's going to be nearly 20 and Jonah will be just about to turn 18, that they'll then be kind of thinking about what they're going to do. And I was saying, and then at 52, I'm going to move to London, or will move to London. So we'll be here until we're 52. And then I'll move to London for probably 8 years. And we'll live in London for 8 years, and you know, we'll still keep our house, and we'll obviously come back to it at different points, and then we'll come back to it when I hit 60. And he was like, that's a very like defined period of time. I was like, oh yeah, it's part of the goal. And he turned around and said, why what is it you're going to do to live in London for, like, why is that? I said, oh, I'm going to run for prime minister. I just said in my way, very blasé, I said, oh, I'm going to run for prime minister. So I'll be, you know, prime minister at sort of 52, and then my aim will be to do 2 terms. So my expectation is to do 2 terms. So that'll take me up to 60, and then we'll go from there. And he went, are you pulling my leg? And I was like, no, I'm deadly serious. And he was like, wow, like I never would have guessed that. And he was like, obviously I would have guessed that. He went, but wow. And Emma was just there sort of shaking her head, kind of like, but yeah, so it's funny because that's a really random goal, I think. Lots of people, you know, I want to make £1 million, I want to have a big car, I want to have a nice house, I want to, you know, meet a nice partner, I want to have kids, whatever it might be, your goals. And, you know, I think it puts it into perspective. When I say to people I want to build my company to £100 million business, they're like, you know, but you know, they're kind of like, oh, it's a goal, like, you're going to do it. But then they obviously see where we've got to now, they see the hard work we put into it, they see how the growth's happened, they're kind of like, yeah, do you know what, we can see that, and we can see you want it, see you're keen for it. But it really puts that back into a position when you go, and then I'm going to run for prime minister, and I'm going to become prime minister, not just run for it, but I'm going to become prime minister. And then suddenly 100 million seems like nothing, because like, I'm going to be prime minister. But yeah, I can remember growing up with a guy, I think I told you before, who all he ever wanted to be was an astronaut. That was it. He grew up in a village with me and with my group of friends. He only ever wanted to be an astronaut. And now he works for Canadian Space Agency or Space Authority. I'm not sure. It's the Canadian version of NASA, effectively, their space agency. And he's a astrophysicist. So, you know, he works on physics in space. I don't quite know what it is. Will he ever get to go to space? I don't know. There's not that many manned space missions anymore. I know he'd like to. I know that's part of a goal. And he's probably heading in the right direction. But wow, he's so close to it. So he might not achieve it, but damn, he's going to have got close to it. So determination, vision, destination, but enjoy the journey, I think is the lesson there. What do Emma and the kids think of me running for PM? Well, the kids have no idea. It's just over their head. All they're worried about now is we're getting a new puppy. So we're getting a puppy at the beginning of December. So that's what Delaney's focused on, and Jonah's really kind of focused on a couple of things. One is the Lego he would like to get for Christmas, and at the moment he's got his Paw Patrol stuff for sale on eBay, so he's keeping an eye on that. Because he wants to put that money into his bank, or half of that money into his bank, and spend the other half on Christmas presents for people. So that's kind of what the kids are focused on. Jonah's in my bad books though, because he left the sausages on the side and the dog ate them. Emma, I don't know. Do you know what? I don't think I can answer for her. I still, when I talk about it, I still sort of see that look in her eye of just like, it's not disbelief, or it's not the fact that she doesn't think I'll be able to do it. She's just like, where do you end, Joel? Like where is the really like really? So yeah, so I think that's her position. But she's quite happy. I don't know, because I don't think Emma's going to want to live in London for 8 years. But who knows? You know, we'll see what happens. You know, our lives chop and change, and they're quite different at the moment, because Emma obviously spends a lot of time homeschooling. So I know she's very much got in her mindset about what that's going to look like over the next few years, and as the kids obviously go beyond homeschooling, what's she then going to step in to do? So she's got lots of options and lots of things that she's, I know, considering. So we'll just sort of see. Let's have a quick look. Oh, people are talking about puppies. What breed is he or she? We're getting a he. We're getting a boy puppy. I've got a picture actually. I'll show you a picture, because we've already got a girl puppy. Well, she's not a puppy. She's going to be 11 this year, but we still call her a puppy. So we've already got Suki. So we thought we would get a different sex, because that tends to be the advice. So we're getting a boy. Let me just have a quick look. It is a Cocker Spaniel, and there he is. Oh, there we go. So there he is. Another picture of him. There we go. So yeah, he's not ready for another. What's that screen over there? So sorry. Oh my God, Graham's right. This is difficult. So he's not ready for another 4 weeks, I think. And then yeah, we'll get him then. So that's pretty cool. Is that the right one? Do you know what? I think I've just shown you the wrong bloody picture. Oh God, I have. God, I'm so sorry. That's really mean of me. I've shown you the wrong puppy, I think. Have I? Oh, that's really bad. The reason I get confused is because the dog that had the litter had 11 puppies. So I've got loads of photos of puppies. No, I did show you the wrong one. That's the puppy we're getting. They've both got a white face, but he's got a stripe that goes up his head. There we go. Because I jokingly said to Emma, oh, we should get both. But you shouldn't really get two puppies at the same time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're getting boy one, as he's known. I'll double check with Emma. Let me just drop her a message. I should know this. I met him the other day. We had a Zoom call, or we had an online call with the woman that's selling the dogs, and yeah, like I say, there was 11 of them. It's absolute massive litter. 11 puppies in a litter. It's monstrous. But yeah, so we're only getting one. So I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, Cocker Spaniels are mad as a box of frogs, basically. Yeah, they are pretty crazy, as I'm told. But then the Siberian Huskies are pretty crazy as well. So I think we'll be okay. We've got a fair bit of space. We've got 2 kids, another dog. So lots of energy and space and love and stuff like that to give. So yeah, it'll be fine. So looking forward to getting a new puppy. But yeah, that's it. Somebody asked how the kids got on at the try at school. They really enjoyed it. They did like it. It was a great school. So yeah, really enjoyable. It's not, we've built our lives now around home educating, and I think when it came to the crunch, there was just enough things that didn't fit. But the school was great, the teachers were great. It was really pleasing to see that you can do education in a different way that we quite like the ethos of. And I think, you know, being a village school made it very different as well, because it was quite a small school, quite small classes, good resources and stuff like that. But yeah, we just decided that we are better to continue down the road that we're currently on. So yeah, and plus Jonah does not get up in the mornings. I mean, those of you who've got kids will feel this. Delaney generally is up quite early. But Jonah, I mean, it'd be 8:30, 9 o'clock before he stirs. He likes to sleep. So, you know, not having that battle of having to wake kids up. I remember my mum having it with me, having to wake me up every morning, fight me to get me up and out of bed and dressed and out to get the bus on time. I would drag my heels. And yeah, those battles, and we just don't have that because we don't have to rush them out the door. So that's nice. The puppy will definitely make an appearance on Join Joel when it arrives. Huskies, right. Laurie, interesting question. What's my opinion on Huskies? Do they need company all the time? Are they destructive? Seriously, I want one, but hubby said no. Huskies are amazing dogs. Absolutely lovely. Ours isn't destructive. She never has been destructive. When we first had her, we were at home a fair bit, and then I was able to take her to work with me a little while for a little while. But no, she's okay. She could be left for good long periods by herself, and she's quite content being left for long periods by herself. But she loves it when we come back. But we didn't leave her by herself for very long when she was young. That's what happened later, and she never got that sort of separation. I think Huskies are really good by themselves, and they can be good with other dogs. I think if you're going to have another dog with a Husky, then you should get it quite early on, or when they're older. So Suki's going to be 11, so she's about right now to get another puppy. That's fine. The thing you have to remember with Huskies is they do need a lot of energy. Like, they do need a lot of walking. I mean, Suki could run. She could run with Emma for 4 or 5 miles, and run with me for 4 or 5 miles, and she'll be quite content. And she'll do that every day. Or you can just take her out for a short walk and just do a couple of miles. Depends on the size. Suki's quite a small Husky, but they are pack animals. And although all dogs are pack animals, Huskies are real pack animals. So they can be quite sharp and snappy at other dogs to assert their position. Once it's established, they're fine, but they do want to establish it. And I have heard of Huskies, unfortunately, killing cats and stuff like that. Our dogs used to be near a cat, and she used to chase it around all the time, but then she'd get near it and wouldn't know what to do with it, so it was never really a worry. But she's an amazing hunter. She catches birds, she has caught rats and stuff. She's caught quite a few birds in the past. Don't think she's ever caught a squirrel, but she's tried. She's gone after deer, she's gone after sheep. So she doesn't come off a lead at all. So if you've got a dog that comes off a lead, not a Husky. And like I said, they're big dogs. I mean, Suki's only 20 kilos. So she's quite small. Most Huskies get to 35, 40 kilos, sort of twice the size. And they're big animals. And they shed, man. Like, they shed so much fur. But they're lovely. Really intelligent. Really... they can be stubborn, so she'll make a decision. If you ask her to do something, she will decide if she wants to do it or not. But she knows what you're asking her to do. She just makes that decision herself. Really loyal, will really look after you. I mean, if you have a Husky, you will never have a worry about somebody breaking into your house. No, they are. I mean, they're friendly, really friendly. She loves people, and if somebody comes in, she'll go up to them, she'll sniff them, she'll chat to them. because she'll whoa, 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 sort of stuff. So she'll chat to them, but if somebody broke in, I think they'd have a challenge. I can grab her if you want. You can meet her, and you can see. And then we're probably getting towards the end of Joy John. Well, I don't know if she'll actually come in. Well, I'll see if she wants to come in or not. She's going to make a decision now. Six. Come here, Six. Six, what's this? Suki, come here. Six. Hello. People wanted to say hello to you. Let me just pull the cables over a little bit. Hello. I know. Let's see the dog. Let me move some of this stuff off my desk. I'll come here, you. You gonna come say hello? Come here. Oh, it's a big stretch, isn't it? It's a big stretch. Come here. Good girl. So this is our Suki dog. But yeah, she's pretty smart. Six, sit. Ah. Good girl. Ah. Six. Suki. Ah. What's this? Down. Good girl. But we had to work quite hard on training her. Suki, sit. Good girl. What's that one? Good girl. And what's that one? Oh, good girl. Well done. Okay, come here. Okay. She got a blue head because one of the kids had a load of chalk out earlier. So she's got a blue head at the moment. Okay, come here. See, she doesn't come. Good girl. So yeah, that's our husky. Like I say, she's quite small. As huskies go. Do you want to go back to your bed now? Have I disturbed you? Oh no, what have I done? Where it drops off again. Oh no, what have I done? What's going on? So I knew I shouldn't have moved my computer. Cables are coming out. I do apologise. Should be back. Okay, good. So she's very sweet, very intelligent. She just makes a decision herself whether she wants to or not. I've just been told that we're getting boy one, which is what I thought we were getting, but I showed you the wrong photos first of all. So we're getting that puppy, but I think this is a better image. That's a great image of him. So we haven't got a name for him yet, but that's coming soon. So he's coming soon. Right. Oh my God, my viewers are dropping tonight, plummeting, jumping like flies, talking about dogs. I'm going to leave you guys with it. I think that's 40 minutes. I've waffled on far too long now. So yeah, I'll be back next week. Starting to do a little bit more now on social media. That's going to kick back up again over the next week or two. So that'll be coming soon. Again, anything you want to know, ping us a question. I'll be back next Thursday. I'm just trying to see what I've got in my diary for next week. But yeah, I'll be back then, and we'll chew the fat a little bit more. So thank you very much once again, and I'll catch up with you next Thursday.